Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a courtroom drama that feels, honestly, like it was ripped straight out of a Hollywood corporate thriller, but it is entirely 100% real. We're looking at the historic, absolutely titanic clash between Elon Musk, the world's richest man, and OpenAI, the undisputed heavyweight of the artificial intelligence industry. You see, this wasn't just some standard legal dispute. It was a battle for the very narrative of how AI is being built, who actually gets to control it, and what happens when billions of dollars violently collide with supposed philanthropic ideals.
Now think about that number, 90. That is exactly how many minutes it took. On Monday, May 18, 2026, 9 ordinary people walked into a jury room in Oakland, California. They were handed the fate of a wildly complex, massive $134 billion lawsuit. Literally the biggest legal battle in the history of AI. You'd expect days, right? Maybe even weeks of agonizing deliberation over fiduciary duties and corporate structures, but by 10:23 a.m., less than 2 hours after they sat down, the courtroom deputy was handing a note to the judge.
And the judge looked up and delivered these 3 incredibly heavy words. "We have a verdict." It was a shockingly fast resolution. I mean, it completely stunned the entire courtroom. When a jury comes back that quickly on a case of this magnitude, it sends a massive, undeniable signal about exactly how they viewed the evidence over the preceding weeks.
And here is the surface-level outcome that immediately flashed across screens globally. Elon Musk had lost. But actually scratch that. I want you to put a pin in that outcome, because here's the hidden truth we're going to explore today. The verdict itself, it actually isn't what matters most here. What truly matters, what will permanently alter how you view this entire industry, are the secrets, the dark secrets that were dragged out into the harsh light of the courtroom during the trial. To understand those, we really need to understand how we even got here.
Okay, let's dive into this. Part 1. Origins of the feud.
Because a bitter multi-billion-dollar lawsuit doesn't just materialize out of thin air, right? Back in 2015, Musk actually co-founded OpenAI alongside Sam Altman. It started strictly as a nonprofit research organization, with Musk throwing down a massive $38 million in its early years. And the stated promise was beautiful. It was simple: build AI safely, and build it for the benefit of all humanity, totally insulated from the pressure of making a profit. But then in 2018, Musk leaves the board. Fast forward to 2024, and OpenAI has completely transformed into this behemoth valued at over $500 billion. So Musk takes the stand, basically arguing that Altman and his co-founder Greg Brockman had utterly deceived him, that they tricked him into bankrolling the company only to flip it into a massive cash cow.
But here is where it gets wild. There's this intense, almost unbelievable irony that OpenAI's attorneys revealed during the trial. Musk was suing OpenAI because they shifted away from their nonprofit roots to become a for-profit entity, right? However, the trial exposed that back in 2018, Musk himself had actually pushed for OpenAI to create a for-profit entity. And not only that, he actively tried to gain control of it. When he couldn't consolidate that control, he walked away. Let that sink in for a second. The very lawsuit condemning the pursuit of profit was brought by the exact man who allegedly tried to commandeer that same profit-driven structure years earlier.
Which brings us to the sheer scale of the grievance here. $134 billion, with a B. In his explosive 2024 lawsuit, Musk claimed that Altman and Brockman had essentially stolen a charity. He was demanding up to $134 billion from OpenAI and their major partner Microsoft, claiming they wrongfully built this wealth on his early financial and strategic support. It wasn't just a lawsuit, it was basically a declaration of total war.
So let's get into part 2, 4 shocking courtroom secrets.
Now, before the trial even started, Musk posted on X saying the discovery process would blow your mind. And, well, he was right, just probably not in the way he anticipated. Our first major secret. Remember back in November 2023 when the OpenAI board shockingly fired Sam Altman? Well, court documents revealed that immediately after that firing, there was a secret phone call. OpenAI board members actually reached out to the leadership of Anthropic, specifically CEO Dario Amodei and Daniela Amodei. They discussed a potential merger where Anthropic would take over OpenAI's leadership completely, and Anthropic is OpenAI's fiercest rival. The 2 biggest AI companies in the world came incredibly close to merging into a single, dominant superpower. And we literally only know this happened because Musk's lawsuit forced these documents into the public record.
Secret number 2 shifts the focus back to Sam Altman himself. During that same brief window when he was ousted in 2023, text messages revealed a very different side of the tech titan. The text showed Altman repeatedly pleading to attend board meetings and being rejected every single time. Listen, Sam Altman is widely considered one of, if not the, most powerful people in the entire tech industry. Yet, behind the scenes, the internal power dynamics were so volatile that he was reduced to practically begging his own board just to have a seat at the table. It completely shatters that illusion of total, unshakable control he always projects. All right, for secret number 3, we need to quickly define distillation. Distillation is basically a technique where a smaller AI model is trained by watching and mimicking the behavior of a larger, smarter model. Now, why does this matter? Well, because during the trial, Musk was forced to admit under oath that his own AI company, xAI, actively uses distillation. More specifically, he admitted that xAI distills OpenAI's models. So picture this. While Musk is sitting in a courtroom fiercely accusing OpenAI of catastrophic wrongdoing and theft, his own company's AI is quietly learning from and essentially copying the homework of OpenAI's models. You just can't make this stuff up. And that leads us perfectly to the 4th and perhaps most astonishing secret, which is all about timing. Consider this incredible contrast. On one day, Elon Musk is sitting in court, deeply engaged in this legal battle to absolutely destroy OpenAI. The very next day, Musk announces a massive deal for his company SpaceX to provide computing power to Anthropic. Yes, the exact same Anthropic that is OpenAI's chief rival. Musk even posted that he used his free time right after court to get to know Anthropic's leaders. The sheer whiplash of suing one AI giant while immediately partnering up with their biggest competitor in the exact same 24-hour window is truly stunning. Okay, moving on to part 3. The trial's true verdict. Having laid out all these explosive behind-the-scenes revelations, here is exactly what those 9 jurors decided in just 90 minutes. They unanimously ruled that Musk simply waited too long to file his lawsuit. The whole case was barred by the statute of limitations. Because of this, Altman, Brockman, and OpenAI were found completely not liable on all claims. Microsoft totally cleared as well. It was a sweeping, absolute legal defeat for Musk, based purely on the calendar. Now, what's really fascinating here is the spin war that erupted the absolute second the verdict was read. Both camps just raced to control the narrative. Musk's team immediately announced they intend to appeal, totally dismissing the entire loss as a ruling on mere technical legal issues and a calendar technicality. They were desperate to stress that the jury never actually ruled on the core merits or facts of his claims. On the flip side, OpenAI's lawyers declared total vindication. They framed the jury's extremely fast 90-minute decision as absolute proof that Musk's lawsuit was nothing more than a hypocritical attempt to sabotage a competitor. So, who is actually right? Honestly, if we look at the facts presented today, the real takeaway is much, much darker. Nobody emerged from this trial looking like a hero. Not Musk, not Altman, not OpenAI. As this brilliant quote from the CEO of the Future of Life Institute captures so perfectly, does anybody really believe that love of humanity is driving any of this? It's power. The trial brutally exposed that the original, highly publicized AI for humanity messaging was, in many ways, just a mask. Underneath all those shiny philanthropic mission statements, the actions of everyone involved show a relentless, ruthless pursuit of control, market dominance, and ultimate power over the most important technology of our generation. So, the lawsuit might be over for now, but Musk's appeal is already looming, and the race to dominate artificial intelligence is only getting faster and more intense. We've seen the secrets, we've seen the hypocrisy, and the insane power plays from both sides of the aisle. So I really want to hear your analytical take based on what we've unpacked in this explainer. I'm going to leave you with this question. Team Musk or Team Altman? Or are you team neither? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and give me your reasoning. If you found this breakdown valuable, please hit subscribe, like, and definitely share this with anyone who still believes these AI megacorporations are operating solely out of the goodness of their hearts. Keep learning, stay focused, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.